Rabbit Trails. All right. Welcome back to episode number 3 of Rabbit Trails. In this episode, we are going to look at something I like to call inane debates. Arguments that people make about really silly things. The internet is full of them, and I thought we'd try our hand at looking at these debates. We don't necessarily have to pick a side or anything like that or declare a winner, but we can look at the debates anyway. And the first one,
this won't be like a formal debate with a rebuttal.
No. I don't even know how those work.
Me neither. Good.
But the first one that is quite prominent is a hot dog, a sandwich.
A hot dog is a sandwich, yeah.
Okay, and why do you think that a hot dog is a sandwich?
Because through my experiences, we usually run out of buns, and you end up having to use bread instead.
Yep.
Right? And I mean, I don't all of a sudden think, wow, I'm eating a different form of food when I'm eating it.
Okay.
Bread.
That's an interesting thing. So because bread is bread, no matter if it's bread or bun, and meat is meat, no matter if it's, deli meat or a tube of whatever they put in hot dogs, a hot dog and a sandwich are the same thing.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
all right.
What I would wonder then, is the words that we use then, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Because if it was a sandwich, why wouldn't we just say it's a sandwich? Like, oh, what are we having tonight? Sandwiches. I'm just gonna barbecue up some wieners and have sandwiches, right? And additionally,
that's a good point.
Additionally, you already said it. If you run out of buns, you can just use bread. But buns and bread are the same, made of the same stuff. But they're called something different.
A sliced loaf of bread.
So are buns bread? Are they the same thing? What constitutes these things, and why do they have different words to them then?
You know what? I think you've convinced me. I think you're right. I don't think hot dogs are sandwiches.
Okay. Well, that was easy.
I think that was a pretty good argument.
Well, I have thought about this for a little bit, and I do have an opinion about this one. Because if they truly were the same thing, then we'd call them the same thing.
Yeah.
But they aren't. Right. In form, in shape, even in what we decide to put on them, like condiments and all those things, right?
Yeah.
On a ham sandwich, you're not putting ketchup.
No.
I hope you're not anyway. That's pretty gross.
That is terrible. Or you wouldn't put peanut butter and jam in a hot dog bun.
No, though I might know some people that might try that.
Like the one kid that doesn't like hot dogs, and so the mom has to put peanut butter and jam in there.
My mom's husband, my new dad, he puts peanut butter and jam on day-old cold pepperoni pizza for breakfast.
Okay.
He claims that it's really good. I've tried it. And
you have tried it.
It's not.
Oh man, that is weird.
I think I can understand like a pepperoni with those things, but when you get into the tomato sauce realm with those things, that's where I say no way.
Yeah, that
doesn't work for me. So anyway,
I mean, we all have our our weird snacks that we
definitely
personally enjoy, right?
Yeah. When I was a kid, I used to put just Miracle Whip on bread and some pepper. That was really tasty.
Yeah, I would take cheese and melt it on a plate.
Yeah.
And in the microwave, I'd add some Tabasco sauce.
Yeah.
And then I would just eat it with a fork.
Oh. Yeah. Okay.
Because I love
cheese. That works.
I mean, I still love melted cheese.
All right. Debate number 2. This is a big one on the internet as well. Is water wet?
No, man. I was hoping you weren't going to bring this one up. I've heard kids talk about this at school.
Yeah.
And I've heard both sides.
Okay. What are they?
Okay. the kid, like, inevitably some kid has done the research, right, and spews all this scientific, like, physical properties of water, right?
Yeah.
I guess water makes you feel wet. How about that?
Water makes you feel wet. So, okay, what? Hold on. If you get water on yourself, you feel wet?
Sure, because the water's evaporating, and so you're cold. You're like,
Yeah.
I'm so wet.
But you have water. You're wet.
Yeah.
So you are wet.
Yeah.
Okay. Water can make objects wet.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Is water wet?
But is water wet?
Can water make itself wet? Like its molecules touching each other, right?
Water
molecules that touch each other. Can water make itself wet?
I mean, if you have ice, right?
Yeah, I'm with you. I know what ice
so
is.
You're touching the ice, right? Like, say if you got like one of those blocks of ice or an ice cube, and so you're touching it with your fingers.
Yep.
You won't be like, "Ugh, I'm wet." But it's the whole thing. Yeah, it's water wet. I don't know. I mean, when it's in its liquid form, it makes you feel wet. But is water actually wet? I don't know. Is this like an endless debate? Is this?
I am pretty sure there's some sort of scientific answer out there, and that's the answer that I would say is right. But I don't know what that answer is.
Yeah.
My instinct is to say that it is wet because it's just water. Water.
Right.
It makes you wet. It is wet. What is the definition of wet?
Oh, totally. I think
right?
I think this is like our language, right?
Oh yeah, language and science. How about that? All right, so check. Okay. We don't really know. I'd say that was it's inconclusive based on things and the fact that we don't know a lot of stuff. Here we go. How many holes does a straw have?
Okay, well, the first answer that comes to mind is one.
One right, because you go to the top,
woo,
but then there's a hole at the other end. Is that a second hole, or is that a continuation of the first hole?
Oh my goodness!
Right. So let's put this into like terms that isn't a straw. Let's say you dug a hole through the earth. All the way down to the other side of the earth, which, as we know, is not China, as we are all led to believe, but probably some ocean somewhere.
Right.
But anyway, let's say it's not. It's dirt. You dig a hole in my front yard through the other side, right? I'm standing on this side of the world, and I'm looking down a hole. That is one hole.
Right.
There is somebody else on the other side of the world that is looking through the same hole, because it's one continuous hole. They're looking down that hole. Is that the same hole, or is that a different hole?
I think maybe it's the whole language thing. Ooh, pun not intended. It'd be the hole.
The hole.
Yeah.
The hole.
So,
okay, but what if that person didn't know that it went all the way through? Would it be their
that hole?
That hole? Does knowing that it goes all the way make it like? Does the knowledge of it, of the other side of it, make it like one hole? Or if you had no knowledge of it, is there two holes? Does our
if you had no knowledge of it, then there'd be no hole at all.
I guess not.
This is deep stuff. Of these things? Who thinks of these?
I don't know.
So like somebody's like drinking water, like wow, like two holes, internet sensation. Like how does this get viral?
Yeah, if you're drinking, the Coke or the water goes through one hole and comes out a different hole into your mouth?
Okay, so all right. So if you are a company that's mining for gold,
Yeah.
so you dig a hole into the earth, okay?
Mhm.
And I think maybe this touches on the previous earth hole thing, but say a miner climbs down
Yep.
the hole, right?
Yep.
Oh, I'm gonna go climb down this hole.
Yep.
And goes down to the bottom of the hole, and he's got his pickaxe out,
Yep.
and he's mining for gems, I guess. And so he looks back up. I got to get back up the hole.
Yes.
He wouldn't say, I have to get back up this new hole.
No, but that hole, there's no other hole. I think the straw thing is that there's an entry point and an exit point, right?
Well, okay. I guess I was imagining like a hole going into the earth, and then there's like a larger chamber where he's digging for these jewels.
Yeah.
And so he's exited the hole, and maybe the rope is still dangling there.
Mm-hmm.
In my cartoony knowledge of mining.
Yeah. What if he's in a hole, and then in this hole there's a chamber, and there are multiple other exit holes?
Right.
Does the fact that they're all connected make it one hole?
No, because that chamber ends the hole.
Okay. So it has to be just one continuous thing.
Yeah.
So does the straw have one or two holes?
One. I think we just established that.
Okay. All right. I'm fine
and
with that.
The chamber is our mouth. So it ends.
Oh, okay. All right. Coincidentally, I don't know if this is actually coincidentally. Incidentally, I don't know which word I'm supposed to use here. Sometimes when I think about digging through the earth, like I mentioned, I think about what it would be like to dig through the earth. What would happen to you if you dug to the center of the earth? Let's say, let's forget about everything we know about geology and the fact that it was impossible. It'd be too hot. There might be magma down there. Whatever.
Dinosaurs.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. If you were able to dig to the center of the earth, would you float there? Okay.
Ooh.
Like if you had a continuous line running through the earth.
Yeah.
Right? If you jumped down, gravity would take you a certain way, but it would be the same way coming up. So is there a spot right in the exact center of the earth, if we didn't know anything about geology, that you would float?
That is a great question. I've never, I can't say I've thought about that.
I've thought about this since probably middle school.
I've thought about the hole that goes through, and in the middle, do you flip around so then you come out head first again, or do you shoot out backwards?
I always thought about it. You jump down this hole, and then you go past the center, and because gravity would take you, kind of go back and forth until you hit the middle, and then you just float there. Okay.
Yeah. I guess most of my knowledge of the Earth's, physical properties is taught to me by Warner Brothers and, the Roadrunner and Wile E. Coyote.
Yes. That makes sense.
Yeah.
I don't know. How long have we been doing this for? Is it too long? Should we do one more, or should we just call it a day?
Just under 20 minutes, I guess.
Okay. That's probably good. We've probably bored people enough.
Wait, wasn't that just two?
What? No, we did hot dog, water, and holes in a straw.
Oh, yeah.
That's probably good. That's
sure.
Good, right? Yeah. I had 4, but that's too long. I know that people only watch this for like 4 minutes. So by the time they get to this point, they won't even hear this. If you're still here, you're an incredible person. But
yeah, gold star.
Gold star for you, people that watch this long into this inane debate video. So anyway, that was fun.
Yeah.
I think we've really solved the world's problems here.
Hey, one question at a time.
We'll get to the real good stuff. And this has been us signing off. If you're still around, thanks.